debate in the forum. We've got 1 minute responses for everybody. So we'll start with Carl. And the first question is, what do you believe to be the top issue in Whitefish Bay, and what do each of you believe you bring to the table to resolve that issue? Carl, we'll start with you.
If I'm force order ranking the top issue in the Bay, it would be the 15-year capital improvement plan. It's a lot of debate, 2 years in the making. It's $104 million of expenditures. If implemented in its current form between taxes and fees, the increase from the 2012 baseline taxes and fees, I want to be exact, is $950+ per year. Now, there's a lot of things that have to be done, and we all agree with that. However, we have to balance that with the financials that we just went through. And Jay got on some great points. Knowing the ins and outs of our budget is going to be extremely important. So the 15-year plan and fixing the infrastructure that we have in place is the #1 issue in my mind.
All right,
I'm getting green carded.
Kevin?
To me, I think the #1 issue of the Bay overall, I think would probably be the revitalization of Silver Spring. However, obviously, probably more important is probably the sewer issue, because it is so real and so fairly new, actually, with the flooding just a few years ago. And it's a tough one, because speaking as someone who's already paying an added assessment for relay work a few years ago, it's nothing. It's not a fun thing to have to pay more on top of the property taxes. But I don't see any other way. I don't know. I guess I don't understand how else we can do it besides doing that, and possibly the the sewer utility, which is another possibility as well. Personally, I think the Silver Spring issue will really make the Bay that much better, that much more vibrant, that much more of a destination. But the nitty-gritty of the village is the sewer system, and that is the biggest issue right now. And I look forward to helping solve it in some way.
All right, thank you. Jay?
Yes, well, I'll harken back to my prior answer. I definitely think the sewer situation, by virtue of the dollar amounts that are potentially involved, is the key issue. And I'll admit I'm biased, because I spent some time during the flooding of 2010 going through people's homes. I saw the raw sewage. I saw the damage that was done to up to 25% of the homes in this village. And we have to act on that. At the same time, Carl's absolutely right, we need to do it in a prudent sort of way. And therefore, like a lot of difficult issues, it's a balancing that needs to take place. Somebody that can take both views and assess them and put something into place that's effective. And I think that that's a skill that I particularly bring to bear. I love to solve problems, and this is a big one, folks, as everybody I'm sure imagines. But I'm very excited about the plan we have, and I think it's going to be a successful one.
All right, thank you. Ken?
What Jay said. No, I think the sewer issue is clearly one of the main issues, if not the top issue, facing the village at this point. And I'm not going to repeat what everyone else has said, but I think part and parcel to all that, it's also going to be very important to figure out what's the most equitable way to pay for it, and what's the best way to effectively communicate to people is what this is going to cost. I'm amazed at how many people I talk to who are vaguely aware that there's a big financial storm coming, but they're blissfully ignorant about exactly what this is going to cost them. So I think that's another facet to consider. In terms of what do I bring to the table, I'm no financial genius. I'll be the first one to admit that, but I do bring problem-solving skills and the ability to work with other people and forge consensus on important issues.
All right, thank you.
Had 1,500 to 1,700 homes damaged during the floods of 2010. My basement was flooded 3 times during 2010, 6 times since 1997. We could have rebuilt our entire sewage system for the $100 million that people lost through damage to their homes and personal property in 2010. We need a comprehensive plan, which includes new pipe, lining of pipe that can be relined, disconnection of foundation drains, installation of sump pumps, and we're going to be resurfacing our streets to store water temporarily on the streets after storms. We need to do everything, top to bottom, no quibbling about it.
All right, thank you very much.